America has nothing to compare to Korea in terms of the system.
Okay.
Everything works, and I think their sole purpose is to make sure that the citizens are comfortable.
Mhm.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Korea is like maybe the second or third. They have the best transport system. The conditions of the buses, the accuracy, the consistency. There's no late with bus system. Even the road has a bus lane that's only the bus goes through. So if there is traffic,
Buses cannot have traffic.
no, they are on time. And if you take the bus and it's only you, the bus will move. The average Korean doesn't cook a lot
Why?
because they eat outside.
Is it a culture thing?
Yes, except for the grandmas and the older
Okay.
generations that would cook a lot. But the average Korean does not spend time cooking. For what? There are restaurants that give you the same cooking experience.
Tell us about yourself, like basically.
My name is Anastasia, and I am, well, I was a student, but no more a student now. I'm a teacher. I teach English in South Korea. That's my
Okay.
profession.
So you are a teacher by profession.
Yes, more or
What did you
less.
study? Like
Oh, I studied environmental science
environmental science. Where?
in UCC.
University of Cape Coast.
Yes,
You went to school in Ghana.
of course.
What took you to North Korea? Is it North
North
Korea?
Korea. South Korea.
Okay.
Well, I got married and my husband is in South Korea, so I moved with him there since 2019, I think.
Okay. So how is South Korea like? Life in South Korea?
It's pretty nice there. It is not Ghana, of course. It's Asia. If you don't know where South Korea is, it's in Asia. And unlike what we usually know about Asians, we assume that they all look the same. But in my little exposure there, South Koreans are fairly nice people. Physically, they're not that short like we thought.
Mm.
They're just like us. So Korea is not bad. It's a very developed country, and things are easy to get. That's
So how is life in Korea for an African? Because people say like we've heard somebody talk about China like a black person in China is very weird. How was it like for you the first time when you went there,
uh,
being a black person? Somebody will say you are fair but you're black.
yeah, I was going to say that. So in Korea, being black is not so much a problem as in just being a foreigner there.
Mhm.
So whether you are black, American, or Indian, just the idea of a foreigner there makes it a little strange. But being black, as you can see, I am not black, but so I get away with a lot of things that probably someone with a very darker complexion would have some, you know, um, problems with interacting with them. I wouldn't say that they are racists. It's just that everything is just new to them,
Mhm.
and we are in the 21st century, right?
Mhm.
And they are supposed to have the biggest internet in the world, but still, you meet people that get shocked by who you are and where you're
Like
from.
they've not seen a black person before.
Yeah. Or they assume that the whole Africa is a country, so you're from Africa.
Are they having internet restrictions like so they don't get to see YouTube and
No,
see
no, no.
Africa?
They do. Actually, there are a couple of black famous people there. And there's one that was from Ghana. His name is Sam Ochre. He looks a little bit like Will Smith. So everybody was like, oh, Will Smith, Will Smith. And then he got cancelled for some reason. And then now there's another guy from, I think, Congo. So he's on every ad, and he speaks very good Korean, like fluent
What's the language in Korea?
Korean.
They don't speak Mandarin.
Korean. Korea, Korean.
That's the language, name of the language.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you speak Korean, then they will move past the idea of a foreigner or an African per se, and then they'll just accept you because you speak the language. They will be amazed to see that you're able to speak the language.
So
So
like if you don't speak their language, you are like
yeah, nobody speaks to you, which is
okay,
quite
so let's
sad.
talk about the culture. Culture difference. What was it? What was it as to like what did you see as and Africa and Asia is very different culture wise. So how was it like?
Uh, I think we have similar culture
Okay.
thing.
Similarities in the culture.
Yes, the
What are
only
the
different.
what are the
Uh,
similar cultures?
the similar cultures is how like we have respect, like you respect your elders. Society acknowledges that you're a child and the adult is always right, those kind of things.
Mm,
So there's respect, but theirs is on a different level where it becomes almost like a even if you are right, the adult is always right.
and so
And
between an adult and a young person, the adult's always right. Like
always
Ghana
right.
culture, like
Same thing.
penny young from you
No, you cannot. You can't even question them.
can't question the elderly
You can't
person.
question them. And I think for those who are in school or bosses, like even when you question them, they get shocked. Like, why is this person talking to me?
You don't
Because
talk back.
no, Koreans don't talk back when they are being scolded. You're not. You're supposed to look in the eye. You can't look away.
Mm.
And you can't say anything. Just like ours, if you say anything, you get smacked. So the same culture. The food wise, I mean, because of the weather conditions, things are a little different. But I feel like they're just a little advanced version of Africans.
Mm.
No, they hate their kids. They
Okay, so they don't have restrictions like when you go to America, child abuse, you don't beat children. In
oh,
Korea, how's it like?
they do hate their kids, but it has to
Mm-hmm.
be their kids. You can't hate someone else's kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the way they hate it is out of love. So you meet a random old lady and they're talking to you and like they are hitting you to tell you you're doing well, but it's not small hitting. They are really hitting you. So it's kind of how they interact with people. They are very African but modernized, I think.
Okay, let's talk about the environment, like Korea. Like, how is the system there? Like, when you went there, counter the system, how is it like?
Oh, it's heaven.
Because Trojana says that America is heaven.
Mm.
What about you, Korea?
America has nothing to compare to Korea in terms of the system.
Okay.
Everything works, and I think their sole purpose is to make sure that the citizens are comfortable.
Mhm.
And I think if I'm not mistaken, Korea is like maybe the second or third. They have the best transport system.
Okay, define the best. Like, what makes their transport the best?
The conditions of the buses, the accuracy, the consistency. There's no late with bus system. Even the road has a bus lane that only the bus goes through. So if there is traffic,
Buses cannot have traffic.
no, they are on time. And if you take the bus and it's only you, the bus will move in the bus. So you just sit in the bus and enjoy just a long ride with only you in it.
Chartered the bus.
Exactly. So the transport system makes it easy for you to move around. And I mean, basic things that you need, like, I mean, being in Ghana, like sometimes I get worried, like, what if I want to pee and I'm in town?
Okay, so like, how is it like in Korea?
There's
In
bathroom
Ghana,
everywhere.
you will say that Pacho will be better also. Then the bus will stop at
No.
a convenient place. Then you go and ease yourself.
Oh no. In Korea, there's a bus stop. That's where it's supposed to stop. Even if you're dying, you stop there. There's no way it's stopping ahead of time. Like how someone will be like, Pacho, me baba Johnson, maminto pano, maminto, hey, when will we get to where we are going? We are working with time. They have rest stops. Maybe one rest stop, maybe for a 2 hour journey. So you target the rest of, you do whatever you have to do there. So there's no stoppage. Baby,
Housing. How is it like?
um, well, it's, I think it's much. Korea doesn't have a lot of lands, like if you remember when we were in school, we learned about peninsula, that thing. It means mountains and rocks. So the land surface is very limited. So they build their houses long and tall so that they can have more people occupying a small space. And the rooms are not very big. They are not very tall like this. You can see, oh no.
Is it because Koreans are short? Like,
No, it's because they are
see.
trying to maximize the
Okay.
space.
Utilization of the land.
So you don't really need much. Ghana, we build so, oh God,
Single room self-contained.
that is a lot. So the rooms, each living room has a kitchen inbuilt there. And the whole idea is that the average Korean doesn't cook a lot
Why?
because they eat outside.
Is it a culture thing?
Yes. Except for the grandmas and the older
Elderly.
generations
Okay.
that would cook a lot. But the average Korean does not spend time cooking. For what? There are restaurants that give you the same cooking experience. So you go, they put the food together in a pot and then they put fire under it for you whilst you sit and cook yourself. And so it's like you're cooking, but you're not cooking in your house. And the whole idea is when you're cooking in your house, the living room is here and the kitchen is here. I mean, in Ghanaian settings, you're cooking momoni and stuff like that, which is quite smelly. You can't be doing that in a flat, you know. So and it's cheaper than America or somewhere else. Their housing system.
The housing in Korea is cheaper.
Yes, comparatively to the other parts
Of Europe.
Europe and America and stuff.
Okay.
So you pay a deposit. A deposit, for example, maybe $5,000 deposit, and then a monthly you pay maybe 400.
What currency do they use over there?
What currency?
Currency.
Won, Korean won.
One.
WON. So
So let's look at the exchange rate, the dollar.
right now it's probably like 1.4. So 1,400 Korean won is $1.
And what's the minimum wage? Like how much the minimum a person in Korea earns?
Maybe like $20 an hour. Yes.
Okay. So for a teacher,
Oh.
but since you are in the teaching profession, for a teacher, how much is a teacher earning?
Depending on the level you teach. So I teach kindergarten, and
It ranges from
you can get paid from 25 to 40 per hour.
$25 to $40.
Yes, per hour.
Education in Korea, teaching in Korea.
It's quite expensive.
Is it the education that's expensive or teachers are valued in Korea?
English teachers are valued in Korea.
Okay.
Let me put it like that. So, because they want to be competitive with the rest of the world,
And they want to have the general language
exactly
that makes you internationally recognized.
And so they invest a lot in trying to let their kids learn English. So they pay huge sums of money to put them in English kindergartens and stuff. But all of them will go to their elementary school. And even that, after school, they still go to academies to learn English. So it's like a must. You must learn English to make it in Korea, I guess. Because it's they are very competitive people, unlike us.
How do you see them?
They are competitive in terms of wanting to be the best as a nation, as a whole, not individuals. So they would rather, like, they are patriotic. Let me put it like that. So we want to put our country first, and so together they'll be like they are homogeneous, doing this together. We're all doing this, we're all doing that. And but when it comes to individualistic, they don't really want you to outshine others. So, in Ghana, we have in a class there can be many ages, depending on how smart you are. You can be in that class. But in Korea, it's age based. All 6-year-olds are in the same class, whether you are smart, whether you are dumb, whether you started school today or you've been learning 1 year. As long as you are 6, you're in the same class. So it's up to you to catch up, and they will never repeat you or jump you ahead. If you are smart, you still be in the same class. Go 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 like that.
So the ages mature at the same time.
Yes.
So if you're supposed to complete university by 18 years, you will complete by 18 years,
Yes.
regardless.
Unless maybe you leave school or you decide not to. But even with those ones, like the males, they go to their service more or less is military. So the females will be in school like university, and the males will be in the military for a year. So they are always behind in academics. Do you understand?
Who is behind?
The males.
Males are behind.
Behind because they took 1 year to go do military service. So the females are ahead.
Still doing masters.
Exactly, so ahead. So most Korean societies, the girls are
higher in rank.
Higher. There's more of them in workplaces than the men, and also they marry older.
The females marry older.
Yeah, so they are older than the boys, more or less.
So in female Korean couple, the woman is likely to be older.
Older than the man, yes.
Why?
I don't know. It's just, it almost feels like that's how they've been doing.
Is it because the female seems to have they go further in the corporate world faster than the men?
Yes, because of that 1 year lag, or maybe 2 year lag.
So by the time they want to marry, they will choose to marry somebody who is like younger.
They don't really mind, I guess. Just it's an age thing.
When it comes to Africa, we marry, the man must be older than the woman.
Yes.
In Korea, the woman is older than the man.
Yes. It's not a problem at all.